Good afternoon, guys. Today we are going to talk about vermicomposting, or whatever you pronounce it, worm composting. There you go. Or you raise worms for profit, you raise worms for fishing, whatever you want to do with them. I had these for over a year now. This is the first time I took them out of my basement. I just keep them in the basement. They're just in a bin, a couple holes drilled in it for airflow. Nothing fancy. This is my container that I put the compost in once it's all done being broken down. Black gold is another thing they call it. And this is just a bucket of water. So what I'm going to do today is I'm kind of doing off camera because it's personal mail stuff. Good way to get rid of junk mail. I'm just taking newspaper, I'm shredding it up. The worms don't care. They don't care if you have special equipment. I just won't put anything glossy in there. Just shred up newspaper. You use lots of things for worm bedding. You use dirt, leaves. I've done peat moss. It all works fine, but hey, guess what? Peat moss costs money. So I am no longer doing peat moss. I mainly use this to fertilize my houseplants when it's all done. You hear people talk about worm tea and worm this and collecting the tea and building these special compost bins, and you don't need much. You could do this in a bucket if you wanted to for your worms. The soil doesn't have to be that deep. It's only got to be 4 inches, and I'm primarily using red wigglers, and they're a small worm, but they are one of the fastest composting worms out there. Now I'm just shredding paper. Alright, so you're not going to see me anymore, but you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. You can see I just loaded this up. I put egg cartons in here. The worms love gritty material to chew on, so I'm just taking a lot of this stuff out. I just put this in here 2 days ago, I think. There's also a lot of broken up eggshells in there. Once again, they really enjoy that. But they also like their soil mixed up and aerated. And I believe right now, I haven't cleaned this out in months. So today will be the day that I can show you guys how I do this. And I'll put a link down in the description too. There's, I get them from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. Oh, what the hell is that doing in there? Pincher bug, not supposed to be in there, gone. I get them from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. I believe they sell on Amazon, so I put a link in the description for there. All right, so I got enough of it cleaned out. Right now, I hope you guys can see it. I got some lettuce scraps in here. Now, if I peel this back, right under the food scraps, you see all the worms? Right here's one. The soil is pure black. I hope that's showing up on camera. I don't even know how many worms I have in here. It's been so long since I've gone through it all. There you can see some of the little guys. They get a little bit bigger than that, but they don't get much bigger than that. So basically, there's a couple different ways of doing this. I'm just picking through. There's a lot more worms in here than I thought. Maybe the picking through method isn't going to work very well. If I lose some in the process, I lose some in the process. I think a far better idea, and I don't have it set up yet because I don't clean this out very often, is just use a window screen. I pulled 10 worms out of that little handful of dirt, and there's more. There's babies in there. So I'm going to dig all the way down to the bottom where there probably isn't worms. There, you can see how dark that soil is. That is beautiful stuff. And I'm just laying it out in my worm casing pile. If I see any worms, I will obviously take them out. I don't want to kill them, but if they end up in my composting pile, I guarantee you I have worms in my houseplants too, because I use so much of this, and they got eggs in there. There's a big guy right there. Throw him off to the side. Some people sit these in the sun for a little bit, scrape the top layer off, wait 10 more minutes, scrape a layer off again. Oh, there's an egg. See if that'll show, well, a cocoon, I believe. At least I think it is. I don't know what else would be in there. See that little right there? Oh, yeah, it was definitely an egg, and I just broke it. But that's cool. So I'm just mixing this bin up good, harvesting some of the casings. You can see all the eggshells in there. Eggshells are very beneficial to the soil. Okay, guys, there's more in there, but this is about all I'm harvesting today. I got a full bin that'll keep me busy for quite a while. Just gonna, like I said, it's all nice and aerated. You don't want it wet. I mean, you want it damp. You don't want it real wet. So what I'm doing, you probably can't see it right there where the camera is. I'm wringing all this newspaper out so it's just barely damp. I don't want anything dripping. I'm just gonna sprinkle that all around in there. Doing this for off and on quite a few years. I just keep them in my basement. I have part of the basement that's not finished, so that's where all the squirmy wormies stay. My kids love it. Every week or so, I cut up some vegetable scraps and put in there. I don't put anything like onions in, nothing real acidic. They pretty much eat anything. But you just got to make sure you don't add anything that's acidic or has a strong odor to it, because they are not going to like that. Try to keep glossy paper out. Anything with shiny stuff on it, plastic, anything like that, keep out of it. It is a very, very good way to reuse your kitchen scraps. I also have a compost pile down back. Then I throw my scraps in when I have too many to go in here. Newspaper, you get rid of sensitive junk mail that you don't want identity theft taken off of. And it's super easy to do. It doesn't take much of your time. Like I said, it's been months. And the only reason I did it today is because it's nice out and I wanted to fill up my worm compost so I can go in and fertilize my plants. I also used to use on my blueberry bushes and a lot of my plants that I grow around here to sell, but I don't quite make enough of it now to do that. So it works good for what I need it for. So if you find this video helpful at all, like and subscribe. I'll do an update. You can see all the newspaper in here. I'll do an update in a couple weeks to what that looks like now, then. And like I said, I'll put a link down in the description. I'm pretty sure Uncle Jim's Worm Farm sells on Amazon, so I'll put a link down there so you can purchase your own worms. Thank you, and have a great day.